In this video, we're going to show you how to install the rear power window regulator on your Nissan Versa, located in the back doors. Now, in starting of removing the rear door panel here, you want to make sure the back window is fully down. I'm going to use a little pocket screwdriver, and you're going to come to this trim bezel right here. You're going to go in between the handle and that trim and gently pry outward. Work your way around. And you're disconnecting these little tabs here. Next thing you want to do, use your trim tool. You want to pop out this little trim bezel here for your unit. You're going to go up underneath, prying this up. Work that up and out. Disconnect your power window switch. On the bottom side right here, there's a little tab. You're going to press in on that. Disconnect like that. Set that aside. Right down inside here, you're going to find a screw. I'm going to use a Phillips head. Loosen and remove that. Now, the door panel itself is held in place by plastic push pins from the panel into the door shell itself. I'm going to go on the inside, down by the speaker here. You can feel the door panel poking out a little bit. You're going to grab that and just give it a tug. Gently pull outward, disconnecting these plastic tabs. Once you feel that door panel is loose, lift it upward, separate it from the vehicle. Now, what we're looking at here is the water shield, and around the perimeter is an adhesive that is put on from the factory to secure this on there. Now, some of ours is decayed, it's falling off. Basically, what we want to do is peel this off. If yours is still nice and sticky, it's going to require a bit more effort to remove this. Let's go ahead and disconnect the wire to our speaker here. There's a little clip right here. Pop that back over there. Disconnect that. These are going to pull out of that water shield. Pull it off. Now, if your adhesive is still sticky, you want to be careful when doing this here because it could stick to the plastic on another spot and be really tough to get it disconnected. Once you have that off, set it aside. Right here is the power window motor. You can press in on this little tab here, right there. And we're going to go ahead and disconnect that power connector there. Window regulator, these 4 bolts right here. Another thing is the glass is attached to our regulator. So at this point here, we want to go ahead and adjust the regulator up so we can disconnect the glass or separate the glass from the regulator. Then we can remove the regulator from the door. Now at this point here, we want to go ahead and pop this connector back onto the motor. We're going to reconnect our switch here. Have the key on the ignition column in the on position, and we're going to raise this up. Okay. There were 2 bolts that we have to loosen, not remove, but loosen. There's one right here. Okay. This is the clamp that holds the glass to the regulator itself. The other one is right about in line with this hole right here. So if you lower this down, you're going to be able to lower it down. You're going to look right in this hole, locate that bolt. So what I'm going to do is, I've already located it. I'm going to put in my 10mm socket, and I'm going to loosen that. Raise this up. Loosen, don't want to remove it, just loosen that. Now that we have both of those bolts loose, we're going to go ahead and remove those completely. Raise up the glass. Let's go ahead and secure our glass in place. You can use tape for this, or you can use the suction cups that are designed for this. They pretty much hold the glass in place. That should allow us to go ahead and lower the regulator here. Disconnect the motor or the connector right here. We're going to remove these 3 bolts and loosen this 4th one. That 4th bolt actually works as a retainer. Lift that up, slide it out. You can pull the regulator and the motor out like so. Take the regulator and the motor. You're going to take one of the bolts. You're going to get that started on the upper right of the 4 bolts closest to the motor. You're going to feed the regulator in. Drop it in to the eyelet right there. Reach inside the door, and we're just going to position this so that the other holes line up. Get all of these bolts started, and then we'll tighten them down. You want to make sure all of those are tight. Make sure your guide is working properly. Now at this point, what we want to do is I'm going to undo the glass, and I'm going to slowly lower the glass down inside so we can go ahead and get one of the bolts started here on the regulator. I'm going to raise this up just a little bit. I'm going to plug in our motor because that won't work without power. Line that up like so. I'm going to undo our suction cups here. You want to hold on to that glass, don't want that to come crashing down inside. And slowly lower it down. Go ahead and line that up. Now the reason why you have to undo or remove these bolts completely is that the channel lock here is glued to the glass. I'm not going to make that super tight, just want to run that in as far as you can by hand. Go ahead and lower it down. And you're going to watch inside the lower hole here. Going to reach up inside, get that bolt started, same way we did on the right. Get that threaded in. Make sure that the regulator itself is in front of the plastic clamp. And then tighten it down. Raise up the glass and tighten this one down. Test the window, make sure it goes up and down all of the way. Fully functioning. Let's go ahead and undo our switch here. At this point, we can shut off the ignition key because we don't need that power right now. So let's go ahead and do that. You want to take your splash shield and feed the connectors through the appropriate slots here. Now normally, the adhesive here would still be sticky. Well, ours, as you can see, doesn't have much stickiness left to it. But it does give us a good pattern of where it was before. Use your good old trusty tape. Go ahead and seal it up. That's it. Just continue to do this around the perimeter until we're holding this water shield in place. With our water shield lined up, go ahead and reconnect your speaker. Press it down. Let's go ahead and grab our door panel. Let's go ahead and line up our door panel. Make sure that the wire harness is ready to come through. Line up the top of the door panel with the sill plate. I want to work that down in a position. Push that down in a position. Line up the door panel. And go ahead and install the screw. And once that bottoms out, you just want to snug it. You don't have to make it super, super tight, but once that bottoms out, stop there. Line up the connector here for your switch. Snap that in. You're just going to press this in evenly. There's little retainer tabs around the perimeter. I'm going to pop in the back side first, working our way forward. On the front here, just going to press in these little tabs here, so go ahead and line that up. Snap it into place. Pop the door panel on. You're all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.